Hey folks, welcome back to Biscuits Total War and thanks for dropping by. This is Biscuits giving you another online commentary for Rome Total War. And in today's online battle we've got a nice 3 versus 3, 31k rolls of course, and on the good old grassy flatlands. Now in today's battle I'm using the Scipii, that's the Blue Romans, and I'm playing alongside Mr. A who's also using the Scipii. And we've also got another player down here who is SR, who's playing underneath the name of Stardock. We're going up against 2 Greek players, one of which is a new member to the Greek clan. His name, more commonly known as Babu, he's now playing as Antioxos. He's using some Greek spelling, or the original Greek spelling of that, and he's brought the Seleucids. GREEK-KLEOMENIS, who hasn't been on the channel for some time, from the Greek clan, he's using his favourite faction, which is the Greeks. He's going to do really well probably. And then we've also got Hani, who is going underneath the name as I Don't Need Oxygen. So I'll quickly outline the formations, quickly outline the builds, and we'll jump straight into the action. Now I have gone for 1 Legionary First Cohort as my general, and he's going to be there to boost the morale, followed by 11 Urbans, 2 Archer Auxiliary at the front, and then 6 Praetorian Cav. And Mr. A has gone for the exact same build as myself, so he's been able to put some extra upgrades into his Cav to try and do some nice little charges. Also he's using his general as Legionary First, but what I've got to say is his formation is still pretty ugly. Look, we've got a neat formation here, and then we've got a pretty ugly formation here. So Mr. A needs to sort out his formation. Looking a bit dirty at the moment, looking a bit rough around the edges. Let's go and have a look at SR, or Stardock. Now this is quite an unusual build. He's gone for loads of Crescent Archers. In fact, when I counted them earlier on, I think there's 9 Crescent Archers. He's also got 1 Armoured General to try and chase down some enemy archers, 9 Royal Pikemen, and then 5 Companion Cav. So the Companion Cav got some nice upgrades, and the Infantry have got some nice upgrades. Let's go and have a look at the enemy. So the 2 Greek players, we have got Bubu, or known as Antiochos. He has gone for, have a look, 13 Silver Shield Pikemen, 1 Archer, 5 Cataphracts, and 1 Scythe Chariot. And then if we have a look at his ally here, GREEK-KLEOMENIS, he has gone for 8 Cretans. He's got a bunch on this side here, some on loose formation, and then 8 Spartans. Now these Spartans are going to be pretty damn good. I think the majority of them are gold. And then last but not least we've got Hannibal, and he's brought 2 Auxiliary Archers, 6 Praetorian Cav, and then 12 Urbans. So let's kickstart the replay. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to send my guys forward to try and take on Hannibal. Now Hannibal's going to get his archers. When he deployed them, they're right at the front, so he can get some nice couple of volleys of shots straight into my guys. So already he's got winning the archer duel. My guys are into tight formation, so I wasn't sure what he was going to do with his archers. Kind of learnt what he's going to do now with his formation, so potentially in the future I'll put these guys into loose formation straight away. As you can see, my guys are down to 61, these down to 62, opposed to his guys which are 80 and 79. So already he's got the head start on me, so I'm going to keep pushing my guys forward. Now one thing just to state on this replay, when we were playing, the lag was pretty bad, so you might see a couple of units walking rather than running, and it's not maybe down to the actual player himself, it's probably down to the lag, and it's pretty hard to control this on Steam when you're playing 31k. Now to try and combat the actual lag, what I've actually bought is a little booster for my internet, so I'm hoping I can try and boost the speed and try and minimize some of the lag. So you can see Hannibal has gone into his little flank formation. I'm pushing all my cav through this gap here. Kleomenes has peeled off 4 Spartans to come and support, but what I'm going to try and do is get all our cav here, get Mr. A's cav around the flank here, and try and engage on this cav fight. I've also got my archers into fire attack, and what I'm trying to do is just lower the morale of these cav units and make it slightly easier for us to punch through with our cav. So you can see my guys are continually going around this flank here, causing Hannibal to come around the side here. I'm now going to push in with my cav. I'm not going to get a great cav charge. Some of my units are going to get snagged up on these urbans. And you can see Hannibal's got a nice little counter charge here. She's managed to surround and isolate my cav. Now Mr. A's a bit slow here with his cav. He should have come in faster to try and support. He's going to now come in here. My guys have got some nice upgrades, so they should be able to hold their ground for some time. I'm also going to use my archers here to try and assist, and also use these urbans to try and come down this gap here and try and cause a little bit of a rout. Now, one thing that Hannibal's doing, he is doing a bit of friendly fire here. His archers are trying to assist with his cav, but his archers are also shooting some of his own cav units here. So in a prolonged melee fight, I've managed to actually win this because of my upgrades, and some of these cav units now starting to chain route. I'm now going to peel off this cav and try and finish off these urbans here, and try and basically cause a nice little rout on Hannibal's general. If we can do that, we should be able to nullify and take out all of the Julii units. In the meantime, over here, Mr. A, you can see he's been concentrating on the battle over here. A lot of his units now been isolated, and these Spartans will make short work of all of these urbans. All KLEOMENIS needs to do is take his pike units out of guard mode, put the pikes down, and just aggressively push forward into these urbans and finish them off. Over here you can see SR has got his guys into a defensive formation. A lot of SR's concentration is going into this side of the battle, where he's trying to outmaneuver and really out-skirmish the enemy here. We can see there's loads and loads and loads of Cretan archers here, and again there's loads of allied Cretan archers, and we're all trying to duke it out. We're all trying to out-skirmish one another and take out the archers, using these companion cav to try and chase down as many of these archers as possible. He's going to get lots and lots of kills here. Again, these cataphracts are going to try and assist and try and take out some of these units, but the cataphracts are pretty winded, and they've got more cataphracts coming into the mix, so they should do quite well. But remember, these companion cav have got some really nice upgrades, so if they do rout, they will come back. Let's have a little glance to see what's going on over here. Now you can see we've managed to eventually finish off Hannibal's army. What we should have done with my cav units that were left, and what Hannibal's, Mr. A's cav units, you should have potentially used these guys just to chase down these last few infantry units, maybe chase down some of these archer units, maybe take down some small columns of Spartans. But what we've decided to do is to come over here to try and assist. Now we're going to run all our infantry over here to try and assist with SR and try and kill as many of these silver shield pikemen before the cluster of Spartans can come in support. Now these cluster of Spartans are going to come and try and take out Mr. A's general, and they should make short work of it. Mr. A's put his guys into Testudo, and he's also put his guys into guard mode, and that's just really to try and buy as much time as possible so our units can run down past these flanks here and try and assist with over here with all these other pikes. In the meantime, all these cataphracts are now coming back. These cataphracts are probably going to try and do some hammer and anvil strikes upon these raw pikemen. If they do that, they should be able to cause a nice little rout, unless I can get my infantry into the mix. So you can see I'm trying to do a hammer and anvil strike upon these silver shield pikemen, and also the enemy are trying to do a hammer and anvil strike with these cataphracts. So what's going to happen is SR is going to peel off these pike units and probably try and use them to push back these cataphracts. He doesn't want these cataphracts coming into the back of his lines here, because if they do that, they should cause a little rout. And now my guys are tired. I'm going to send my guys in to try and attack these pike units, do as much damage as I possibly can. I'm also using my archers when I can, just to try and shoot the backs of some of these silver shield pikemen. And over here you can see Mr. A is going to do exactly the same here, just to try and gun down some of these units. So all our infantry units now being plummeted straight into the mix here. What has happened though, you can see Bubu's come in with his cav strike, and it's managed to cause a nice little rout here. That's caused that royal pikeman to rout. We do have a couple of more royal pikemen left. Hannibal is now coming with a cav strike. We should have really finished off Hannibal, but you can see some of his units now come back from routing. So he's got an urban here, he's got a couple of archers here back into the mix of it, and he's also got some more infantry units here which are just standing still at the moment. I'm sure he's going to commit them into the battle anytime now. And you can just see, look, we've got all these dispersed enemy archers all around the place. Mr. A's cav standing still. Again, got more archers here, just shooting these units here. Again, SR's cav is standing still over here. So we're all just charging in all our infantry here, and it's eventually paid off some dividends. We eventually caused a few of these silver shield pike units to rout. So we've managed to finish off with the best of Babu's infantry. He has still got a bunch of cataphracts left, and these cataphracts are now going to try and run down some of these archers. We want to try and take out these cataphracts. If we can try and do that, it's going to finish off their archer contingent, their cav contingent. If we can do that, then hopefully it will cause them to play a bit more static, so we can use our overwhelming archer advantage to try and gun down as many of these units as possible. More Babu's infantry units now come back from routing. We should be able to finish them off potentially just with these archers, because you've got overwhelming units to the left, right and centre. But there are loads and loads and loads of Kleomenis archers which have been dispersed all around the battlefield. The units have been dispersed down to depleted numbers of 27, 25 and 50, opposed to if we have a look at SR's units of 74, 60, 78, 17 and 80. So we've got well and truly bags and bags of Cretan archers. I'm not sure how much ammunition we've got left, but potentially we should be able to gun that down a load of these pike units. And as you can see, a lot of these Spartans have been heavily depleted, but again, these Spartans are gold. And again, we've got a few cav units again dispersed all around the place. They're chasing down some of these Cretan archers, but really potentially what we want to try and do is get these cav units back into the mix. Maybe try and do a little charge into the back of Hannibal's units. If we can try and take out some of these urbans, that would be great. You can see over here Mr. A is trying to take out a few of these auxiliary archers. I've still got quite a lot of pikemen infantry units, but bear in mind that my infantry units have moved from this side of the battlefield to that side of the battlefield to that side, and now they're back over here. They're very tired, the numbers are quite depleted. I still got some Peter, I believe, but what I want to try and do is just hold my guys still and try and get as many volleys of archers from SR into these guys as possible. So we've managed to take out those cataphracts. So the only thing left of the enemy now are these pike units, these Spartans, and a couple of urban cohorts. Urban cohorts are tired and these guys are winded. But if we can try and use our archer advantage, we should be able to do quite well here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to come to this side, and it looks like SR is going to come to that side. Now what we were hoping to try and do is, if I can cause the infantry units to come and chase me, potentially SR can use his archer units just to shoot the backs of these units here. But again, we've still got quite a few of these cataphracts. We've got a bunch of these companion cav. We've still got some more Praetorian cav in the back here. We've got more Praetorian cav over here. So Praetorian cav need to come into the mix. They need to run all the way back from the battlefield back into where we are. What's going to happen now is Kleomenis is now going to charge his Spartans into my guys. Now his guys are fresh, my guys are exhausted, so his guys should be able to actually chase my guys down. But we are going to push forward with all of our infantry units and try and take out these silver shield pikemen. We've got all of these Cretan archers, and hopefully we can just try and shoot the backs of these guys, do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, my general was routed upon impact upon those Spartans. Those Spartans being able to munch through my guys. I'm going to put my guys into testudo, into guard mode, try and bide some time for these Cretan archers to do a lot of damage into these guys. We've also got Mr. A's infantry units going to come in to attack some of these guys that Hannibal's got. Now if we played our cards correctly, potentially we should have been able to finish off Hannibal's infantry units. We weren't able to actually deplete all the numbers, which has meant that he's still got a couple of urbans left. Now if we have a look here, I've got one of the Spartan units now starting to rout. These guys are taking a lot of damage, so we've got all of these archers shooting into the backs of these guys. In comes a little charge here from Mr. A. In comes SR's Crescent. And again, a few of our guys are starting to rout. We have got these guys coming into advance. Now potentially they should lift up their pikes and try and get their guys into the mix a bit sooner. But we're doing okay at the moment. We've still got all of these archers. Actually, no, we don't. These archers are running out of ammunition thick and fast. These guys are out of ammunition, and you can tell that because they've now got their swords out. So we're doing our best. You know, we're pushing in here. We're shooting the backs of these guys as much as we possibly can. Royal pikes are pushing in very slowly here. Got some urbans coming around this side here. We've also got quite a few cav units here. Now these cav units, if they were over here, potentially might be able to do a little hammer and anvil strike. Eventually one of Hannibal's units are now being heavily depleted. I just need to push around this royal pike, maybe try and finish off this little urban unit here. I've still got a couple of urban units here. Mr. A's got his infantry units here. I've still got this infantry unit left, and I've got my archer unit here just shooting these Spartans here, trying to do a bit of damage. Now I've got this companion cav coming around the side. Potentially this companion cav might be able to charge into these units here, cause a little rout, but it looks like they're a bit exhausted and not going to be as effective. Got the Royal Pikes taking on these Spartans. Now Royal Pikes should be able to do quite well against Spartans. These guys are winded, these guys are also winded. There's nice experience chevron upon these Macedonian units, but what has happened, they've managed to get one unit around the back here. SRC, that's who's used his Cretan archers to try and snag up this unit. We've got in comes Mr. A's units with a nice little charge here. Potentially can cause a little rout, and that's worked here. Now he needs to pull this unit back out, and we need to try and rout these Spartans over here. Mr. A's got this cav unit that needs to forget about this army over here and come and support. Potentially, if he can try and do a hammer and anvil strike upon these Spartans, might be able to cause a little rout. But his guys are walking. They should be running straight into these guys. These guys are walking, and they should be running into these guys. Potentially, we should be able to maybe rout these Spartans. In comes another cav charge. Now, if these guys come in at a multiple cav charge angle, we might be able to see a different effect. But they're still hanging in there. These Cretans are doing a great job just snagging and holding back these guys. These Cretans probably should go into flame attack, try and cause a bit of a rout. In comes Mr. A's cav's charge. Now he's done a cav charge over here into the side, which is done quite well. But what's happened is these guys are now routed because they're just so tired, they're so exhausted. These Spartans are still keeping going at 15, but unfortunately now the Macedonian general is now routed here. We've still got a few of these archers here, but they're out of ammunition. These guys are out of ammunition. Those guys have still got a couple of bits of volleys of ammunition. I'm going to try and shoot the backs of these Spartans. Again, this cav is standing still. We might be able to try and charge this one unit here. I'm going to try and slip into a flame attack. Maybe I might try and lower the morale. But unfortunately now it looks like the enemy now swung it in their side. Yes, we've got a few archer units left, but that's pretty much it. Now we did have a companion cav unit here, but it looks like it's been shot to bits at the moment. We've got a few Greek archers here and there. This unit potentially can come back into the mix, but it's pretty much game over now. It really was super close there. Really, I reckon if we'd done our cav strikes here and there a little bit better, or potentially we'd finish off Hannibal rather than leaving him with a couple of units left, potentially we might have actually swung this victory. But again, in order to lose a battle, you need to make mistakes, and it's good that we can see these little mistakes, and you can see it was close. It could have really gone either way if we hadn't made a couple of those little mistakes. If the cav hadn't been so depleted around the place, then potentially we might have been able to swing that. But it was a great game. I really enjoyed every single moment of that. I'm just going to put this on to triple speed just while we finish this one off. I think there's... yeah, my guys now all finished. There is one cav unit just floating around here, as you can see. This one cav unit is trying to kill as many of these units as possible, but I'm sure he's going to die at any time now. All of these archers are taking him on. He's down to one. He's probably going to get incinerated by a flame attack here any time now. Let's put it onto double speed. This poor companion Cav trying to get revenge upon all those Macedonian fallen brothers. You can see like Arnold Schwarzenegger just being shot to death by all of these archers, but he's still going. Probably got 100 arrows in his back. It's now going to try and charge straight into these Cretans. Into the back he goes. Yep, he's still going, Man on the mission. How many of these Cretans can he kill with his oversized spear? He's now going to charge one last heroic charge right into these archers. I think he's going to get incinerated, and there we go. He's been blown up by a Cretan archer. So that is it. These guys are celebrating, punch in the air. And yeah, really nice victory for Hannibal. Nice victory for GREEK-ANTIOXOS and GREEK-KLEOMENIS. Well played to SR Mr. A. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. A quick look at the kill count. Mr. A got 2,000 kills. SR got 2,000 kills. Both myself and Mr. A got roughly about 1,250. The Greeks got another 2,000 kills. Hannibal only got 1,000 kills, but that's because he did get double timed at the beginning. Unfortunately, only 1,000 kills for the Seleucids. So well played to the GREEK-KLEOMENIS. I know Spartans did a lot of damage and really helped clench that victory, especially towards the very end of that. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. As always, please leave a little like and leave a little comment. If you haven't checked out some of my earlier Rome Total War videos, please do. There's loads more 31k, loads more Let's Plays, lots of top tips and tactics videos, and we'll catch you guys soon. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye now.